Regardless of David Farmer's and the administrators' hard work, many people will claim that we have been suffering from a lack of civic leadership in Wollongong for the past 3 years. Gordon Bradbury, if I could start with you, how do you balance being a leader and being a servant of the taxpayers and the ratepayers?
Well, for a start, I think that it's a matter of representing your community and presenting an image to the city and also beyond as to the type of person who is head of the show. It seems to me that the image is a very important facet of being the mayor of this city. Who represents this community and what that person represents. So I'm bringing that to the table and I'm putting that up as my approach. But let me just say that it's not an easy task. I recall the words of Ronald Reagan when he said, you know, politics is the second oldest profession, but he had great difficulty in discerning the difference between the first and the second. And as one, I'm sorry if that went over your head, but it seems to me that the issue is integrity, transparency, and the other very significant issue for this city and attracting business and an attitude towards this place that it's a part of the world where you want to invest and do business is that it's an even playing field and everyone is in the know. It isn't who you know, what you know, and behind the scenes. It's transparent, it's obvious, and you have a council that promotes that image. And as Lord Mayor, I'm prepared to do that. I bring the credibility with me, and that, for me, is for this city the most important and significant issue at this moment.
Thank you, Gordon. Michael Organ.
Thanks, Nick. I think an important part of what this city needs in regards to leadership is someone who's going to take the community along with them. We've seen in the past too much of decisions being made and the community hasn't really been part of those decisions, hasn't supported those decisions. And I know within the document that we've been reading, there's lots of reference to community. And so what we want is leadership from the Lord Mayor, from the councillors, and as I said, listening to the community, taking the community along and presenting the city of Wollongong in a united front. We all love this city, there's no doubt about that. We love living here. And we can't understand why people don't also, support us that way. But we've got a lot of challenges in front of us. And I think what this city needs, what we need in Lord Mayor is someone who's obviously very dedicated to the city, is willing to support it in very many different ways, whether it's the arts, culture, business, heritage, the environment. So it's right across the board. It's very democratic, it's very open, and as Gordon said, a level playing field, so that every member of the community knows that the council and the Lord Mayor is basically got Wollongong as number one, and is going to do everything to both create jobs, to protect the environment, to take care of our quality of life, for example, all those numerous issues that we're dealing with. So the city needs leadership where you can see that that person is, it's integrity, it's none of the corruption or bias or vested interest of the previous decade or so, and it's a clear leadership in regards to supporting Wollongong as a great place to live.
All right, and Vicky Curran.
Oh, thank you.
If you're the Lord Mayoress, how would you balance being a leader versus being a servant of the ratepayers?
I think it's more that being a leader, you're representing the people and also leading the 12 councillors. And yeah, sorry, a little bit. Still thinking about those two answers. But I think Wollongong really needs, before we can get business back into the city, we need someone that is well known for stopping corruption, stand up against the corruption. We need the businesses out there to actually know that we are open for business as a level playing field. And also what Michael was saying, I couldn't agree more. It is about linking up with the community, but also instead of just being the business side, linking up the community. And that's where, the role of the Lord Mayor, I think, is so important. If there's a very strong community base, you can then bring it back to different business meetings, come together with a full plan for Wollongong, so that when you come up with the plan, that it's already well accepted with the community. So it's no longer that council's here, they're for the developer, you know, not for the community. And I think that's one of the things I can bring to this role, because it's community on board with the developers, with our other stakeholders, coming up with a really good plan. So we've got the confidence to go out there and say, this is what we want to do. So we won't have problems. You won't have opposition to that, because we've all got a vision. And that's what I think I link up with business and community very, very well, and would love to get out there and sell Wollongong on behalf of our community, the whole community. Thank you.
Thank you, Vicky.